I have 4 people.
I see that. Hello, hello. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome, welcome. All right. So I'm just going to wait for a few of you guys to get on. Oh, moving my light. Did a little wiggle, wiggle. Hello, hello. Oh, welcome, guys. All right. We're going to start now. I'm Rebecca Dragonheart, psychic medium. For those of you who don't know me, I do my lives here and I allow you to ask questions and I will answer for you. I am in the process of raising funds for my children's book, The Little Light, A Soul's Journey. And so on my lives, we're taking donations. And then I will answer your questions. So you can go into my link tree and go to the donate button and you can pick one of the denominations or write in a denomination that you'd like to donate, okay? And then I will answer your questions. You can also donate through the gifts on here with TikTok as well, and we will get to those donations as well, all right?
All right, we do already have some questions coming in here.
Okay.
Our first question is from Kenzie, who asks, are Andrew and I gonna end up together and when?
So it feels very slow. The energy feels like you're one step ahead kind of thing is how it feels. So just give time for the energy to catch up, but I do feel like that is gonna happen over the summer, okay?
All right. Oh, and just to let them know, put the question in.
Yes. When you do your donation through the link tree, please put your question in with your donation just under the instructions, and then we can get your question answered right away, and we don't have to wait and try to find you, okay? And put your name in there, and that way we know exactly who we're talking to as well. Because sometimes it's just a really interesting username or like email.
All right.
All right.
Clementhia asks, will I fall pregnant this year? And she sent a couple gifts.
Thank you, honey. I'm hearing that it is going to happen in the beginning of next year for you. So it feels like in the spring, okay? Timing is everything is what I'm hearing.
All right. We did just receive our first donation from Michael Bradford.
Thank you, Michael.
Yeah.
Did he put his question in there?
I will see.
Yeah. That way we can answer right away.
Yes.
Perfect.
All right. So Mike's question is, what does the outcome with my son Odin look like, and what is the time frame?
So I'm hearing 7 months, and it does feel positive. So I just want you to know that there's a lot of support happening here, and it feels like spiritual, but also physical support. So there's a lot of support surrounding Odin. I don't think you have to worry too much, but I'm hearing 7 months before the outcome for you. Okay. All right.
Our next question here is from Hanan, who is our top gifter on the live.
Thank you, Hanan.
Whose question is, when will I become financially stable and I can help my family?
So it looks like for you it's earlier next year, but it is early in the year, so that's a good sign. I see you getting more money coming in from different places. So it's you may have a job, but I also see it coming in from other places. So it might be investments or it just might be opportunities that are coming up for you. But that's what I'm seeing for you. Okay, honey?
All right. We did just receive a $10 donation from Cindy Jacobs.
Thank you, Cindy.
Who asks, you said Doug and I would be in a relationship. Just wondering if there's any timeline around when he'll contact me or if I should contact him. Oh,
I hear right away you should contact, because Doug feels kind of slow in that process. That's the best way to say it. So I do see that happening. It's within the next 2 months for you, honey, is what I'm hearing. So I'd reach out. It's much easier that way. So I do want to say that all donations are going towards getting my children's book out. So it is very much appreciated, you guys. You have been wonderful at supporting me with this. The Little Light, just so that you guys know, is a book of more than one. So this is just book 1, and I am going to do a series with this, and it is about the soul and the journey from the other side coming into incarnation and what that looks like. So it's a great book for parents who want their kids to understand about their soul and where they come from and why we're here. So
All right, and we did receive another donation from Kristen.
Thank you, Kristen.
Who asks, when will we get our back pay from work? Any idea how much? Thanks.
Wow, it's still a ways away. I'm hearing 8 months before it comes through, but it does feel like It's not 6 figures, so I'm sorry to tell you that. It feels like 5 figures, okay? Yeah, but it's, I mean, it's still something, right?
All right.
Thanks for the gifts, guys.
Did receive another donation from Brittany Hickman.
Thank you, Brittany.
Yeah. And another one from Keisha Day.
Yeah, make sure you put your questions in with your donation, guys, so then we can see you right away and we don't have to wait. Did Brittany and them put their questions in? Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure.
I know it's a lot of work. I appreciate you. I hope you know that.
All right. Our next question here is from Brittany H, who asks, "Are Craig and I going to be together forever / meant to be?"
So it definitely feels like soulmate energy. It's going to be a lot of work is what I hear. So make sure that we're keeping the communications opened and we're being honest always in the relationship. I do feel like this is definitely long-term for you, honey, and it's vibrationally your match. You guys have the same goals, aspirations, and views in where you're heading in life.
All right. Our next question here is from one of our top gifters on the live.
Oh, thank you, honey.
Eunoia and Light, which is a cool name.
That is very.
Who asks, "Will I get my money in July?"
Oh, no. I heard September, so I'm not sure why there's a delay. It might just be processing or just how slow they are. That's what I'm hearing for you. Okay, honey?
All right. Our next question here is from Keisha Day, who sent the donation.
Perfect.
And we received another donation. I'll
Awesome.
read that name out in a second.
Okay.
So from Keisha Day, she asks, "When do you see a new love / relationship coming in for me?"
Okay, so I heard it really quickly. So it's October for you, honey. And you got to get out there and you just need to mingle is what I'm being told to say. All right?
All right. And our next donation here was from Brittany Hendricks, who asks, "Why is Michael lying to people about our breakup? Also, is he still watching who I'm texting / calling in my location?"
So I'm going to say, yeah, I do feel like it's kind of got that vibe that I'm still watching you. I'm still keeping tabs on you. I feel like it's all about image and a bit of a narcissist is kind of the energy. I'm sorry. That's what I'm hearing. So it's like my image needs to be saved in this is how he feels. So that's, really crappy. Don't stay quiet is what I'm being told to tell you. So don't let him get away with it, basically. All right.
All right. Our next question here is from AJ, who sent a donation of $5.
Thank you, AJ.
Their question is, "Will Carlos and I ever be together?"
Oh, I heard no. I'm getting that there's somebody coming into your life within the next 4 months that is more in alignment with what you need and where you're heading in your life. Okay, honey? So don't get disheartened. Carlos isn't the one for you. That's basically what I hear.
All right. Second here.
Yeah, for sure.
We received another donation from Elaine.
Thank you, Elaine.
Yeah. And another one. 1 second.
Okay.
And another one from Melissa McGuire.
Awesome. Thank you.
Or McGuire.
I think she's been on a couple of
She
times,
has,
hasn't
and
she? Thank you,
Amanda
Melissa.
Higgins.
Awesome. Yes.
So
Thank
thank you all.
Definitely.
And I will see if they sent it in
Perfect.
just a second.
Yeah. I know you have to keep track. So
We did jump up quite a lot. Do you want
yeah,
to do
for
your
sure.
readings and do the book and everything?
Absolutely. So you can also book a reading with me. If you want to do that, you can do that through my website, www.rebeccadragonheart.com. For the lives, what I'm doing is I'm taking questions by donation. So you can go into my link tree right at the top of my TikTok and just hit the donate button. You can donate whatever denomination you see there that you feel comfortable doing so. And all of that is going to help with me bringing the little light into the world. So this is a children's book that I channeled over 20 years ago, and it is about the soul and its journey on the other side, what the other side looks like, what we look like on the other side, and how it looks when we pick our life and our experiences and then coming into this incarnation. So it's a wonderful book for adults and children, quite frankly, to really illustrate what it is like to come into this world. I've had a lot of experiences. I had an experience where I went to the other side at 14. I was told it was not my time to be there and I was sent back. And then I'm also a certified hypnotherapist, so I did a lot of past life regressions. That's really what I was very fascinated with for a very long time. And so I've seen a lot from the other side. So this is, my visual rendition of what the other side is all about and what it looks like. So if that sounds like something that would interest you, there are 3 different ways that you can pre-order a copy of The Little Light through my link tree under the little light, and you can go and see all the different pledges that you can do there. And everybody who does early support is going to get a special edition of the little light, where it's going to have the gold leaf on the front, but then also on the sides. So I'm only going to do one order of the first run like that, so it's only going to be the early supporters. Okay. All right.
All right. And we did receive a couple donations.
Oh, perfect. Thank you, guys.
There are some people asking how to donate.
Yeah, so just go up into the link tree and you'll see the donate button. And the best thing to do is put your name and your question in for the instructions for sellers, so that we can get your question answered right away, okay? And don't worry if we don't get to your question during the live. I have just instructed anybody who didn't get their questions answered on the live to go to my Instagram and just send your questions there with your email that you use for your PayPal, so that I know exactly who it is and I can confirm, okay?
All right. Our next question here is from Elaine, who asks, will I be moving to Arizona and when?
Yeah, and I heard September, so it came in really quickly. So yeah, it's gonna happen, and I do feel like somebody's helping you with it, so it feels like it's you and somebody else is going. Okay.
All right. Our next question here is from they don't have a name.
Okay. Can you see their email though?
I see their email. So wherever I may go
That's
is their email. And they ask, hello, do you see me losing the weight I'm struggling to lose? Will the medicine I'm on help?
Yeah, honey, I do feel like it is going to happen. It just feels like it's happening slower than what you're expecting or anticipating or wanting. But I definitely do see that happening, and I do see that you are getting it's not just medicine, but I feel like there's other people coming in and getting involved that are going to be helping you as well, okay?
All right. Our next question here is from Amanda. Amanda.
Amanda what, though?
Higgins.
Higgins, okay.
Higgs, yeah. Who sent $10.
Thank you, Amanda.
And their question, actually, I think that might be the same person. Al Higgs04 is their email.
Okay.
Yeah. Who asks, will I find my forever this year or next year, and where will I find this man?
So I'm hearing it's in September, but I'm feeling September next year, not this year, okay? So it is a little bit away still for you, okay, honey? Don't feel disheartened, because you've got to get ready. You're not where you need to be internally and how you feel about yourself and life and all of that yet. So you have to work on that. And so the universe is going to give you that time. I see it being in a public area. It feels almost like it might be a restaurant or something, and you guys, it looks like you bump into each other, and there's, it just kind of happens that way. So it's very natural.
All right.
It's not online.
We do have a couple questions about donations, and if they're gifting on the live, if they will get their question answered, which they will.
So yes, we're prioritizing obviously the donations through the link tree, just because it's a lot easier to keep track of. But if you do, if you're doing a lot of donations on the live, it does tell us, and so then we can pinpoint you. Okay.
And there are people asking how to donate.
Yeah, so just go up into my link tree at the top of my TikTok and just hit the donate button, and then pick the denomination that you'd like to donate, okay?
All right, and our next question here is from the top gifter.
Perfect.
On the live, Lori, who asks, any career insight from Spirit, please? Thank you.
So Lori, it looks to me, okay, so they show the mouth, which means that you're here to help people, how do I put it? Like a counselor or like a support worker is what I'm hearing. Support worker is what I keep hearing. So I'm just going to go with that. I'm not exactly sure what a support worker is, but it might be social work or something to that effect. They're telling me it's about your communication. So you're here to help people, and you're here to help support them in the process of traumas and things that they've gone through. Okay. So I do feel like you might need to pinpoint which area you're going to focus, but I do see that happening for you, and I feel like that's happening over like next year more so than this year. So it might be that you're educating or getting upgraded for your education. Okay.
All right. Our next question here is from Kennedy, who sent in a donation.
Thank you, Kennedy.
Their question is, will I pass my TEAS test for the nursing program next month, and does my grandma have a message regarding the situation with my car and my dad keeping the money for himself?
Oh yeah, not happy about it. That's one thing. And yes, you're going to pass, honey. Your grandmother's on your side with this. That's the main thing that you got to understand, and it's okay, because she's going to make sure that it's going to be even better, is what she says. So it doesn't matter. Let it go. Okay. No, thank you, honey.
That's from Tessa.
No, thanks, Tessa.
Teresa.
Oh, Teresa. Never mind.
And is that it for that question?
Yeah.
All right. Our next question here is from Kaya Bird, who sent a $5 donation.
Thank you, honey.
Their question is, will me and Jordy ever talk again, and if so, when?
Oh, yeah. So I do see it. It's like you're talking, then you're not talking, then you're talking, then you're not talking. It feels very much back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and it's going to get very confusing, honey. So I'm just going to say this is probably somebody that you're going to want to shut the door to, because it's very hot and cold is what I get, okay? And I do hear Andrew, Adam, something like that's coming through, and this is a new person coming into your life, okay? So shut that door is what I hear, okay?
All right. Our next question here is from our second top gifter, Teresa, who sent those.
Oh, yes.
Things.
Thank you, honey.
And her question is, any new love coming? I'm ready.
Yeah, you are. I hear it's in April for you, okay? So it's still a little bit away, but it's just because you're preparing yourself in your space for it, okay? So it's going to happen. Don't worry.
All right, we are receiving a lot more donations here.
Okay, thank you, guys.
From Linda Gilichova.
Okay.
Taikisha Scott, who has donated pretty much every time.
Definitely.
Chantel Vincent, Alexandria Ripeon, Morgan Dawkins, and a few more.
Okay, perfect. We'll get through y'all.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. 1 second here.
Oh, and I should say, since the last live, we were at 49 books sold. Now we're at 53 books sold. So we did sell 4. So if you are interested in pre-ordering your copy, please head over to my website or hit the little light on my link tree and go and get yourself a copy. Yeah. Slowly climbing. Our target's 2,000, so we need help and support getting there.
All right. Our next question here is from Chantel Vincent, who sent that donation.
Yeah.
Her question is, should I go back to school and take a CCA course or take the apprenticeship job?
No, I'm hearing the apprenticeship job. So the thing is, the course, it definitely will move you in a different direction, but the apprenticeship is what you're meant to do, is what I hear, okay?
All right. Our next question here is from Celeste, who sent a $5 donation.
Thank you, honey.
And their question is, when do you see Valentina and I moving in together?
So it's happening this year, and it's happening, I'm hearing September, October for you guys, okay? So it's towards the end of this year. Don't be pushy about it, I hear. Gotta say it when they're pushy about telling me these things.
All right.
You're welcome, honey.
Our next question here, I'm not sure if this is the Linda that donated, but I'll read their email out.
Okay.
Lynn Bada79 asks, will Y be in my life? If yes, when? Thank you.
I'm getting somebody else is coming in, and it's like, no, I get an A. The A is important, so it's not Y. This isn't the one for you, okay, honey?
All right. 1 second here. Our next question here is from Candace, who asks, will I get through everything I'm going through right now, please?
Candace, you're going to get through everything, and I'm going to tell you, 2023 for you is a very big year of letting go of things that no longer serve you. So this year's been kind of like pressure cooker. Next year it's going to be, I can breathe, okay? So yes, you're going to get through it all, honey, and you are being very well supported, so you're not on your own doing this. All right.
All right. Our next question here is from Pamela, who asks, am I going to get pregnant in August with a baby boy?
So I do see a pregnancy. I'm not hearing that it's going to be August. I don't know what's going on there, but I'm not hearing August. You're definitely going to get pregnant, and I do see a male child for you. Okay? You will have it for next year is what I'm hearing, okay? They're not being specific on the timing of the pregnancy, but they're saying you're going to have a child next year, so that's good enough, I guess.
All right. Sorry, 1 second.
That's okay. I know you're keeping track and all that
and
jazz.
there are some more people asking if we're only answering donated questions.
So yes, we're focusing on donated questions, but we are also answering questions of people who are doing the TikTok live donations. So feel free to do those, and we are keeping as much track as we can. I won't be able to keep track of you after the live if you do donate through the live, but if you donate through the app, through my link tree, it's much easier. Okay, we are answering both, guys. Yeah.
All right. Our next question here is from Kristen Marie, who is our top gifter at the moment. And her question is, will I get the loan I need? Thank you.
Yeah, you will. And I also see you getting it twice. So I see money coming in twice. So you get the loan that you're talking about, but then I also see a lump sum or something coming in again from a different place. Okay, so honey, you don't have to worry. Everything's working out for you. Okay.
All right, and someone asked donations for what? So
yeah, it's perfect. So I am an indie author, which means that I am self-publishing. So I do not have a publishing company helping me to get my children's book out. It's called The Little Light, A Soul's Journey, and it is exactly what it sounds like, the journey of the soul from the other side coming into this incarnation and what that looks like. Growing up, I'm pre-internet. There wasn't any books out there. I mean, it was very difficult to find anything to really explain about the soul and why we're here and what is the point, right? And so I channeled this book over 20 years ago. I wasn't ready to put it into the world. I should say the world wasn't ready to receive it. And it is now. And I am using this platform to be able to share, this information with other people. Kids being born today are very psychic. So, we're trying to get these books out. It's book one of many. So there's going to be a whole series of them. And this one is just the starting point to help your kids keep the understanding that they are a soul first and not the body, okay? And then keeping that connection with the other side. So if that's something you're interested in, you can pre-order a copy, which is also through my link tree under the little light, or the donations that we're doing with our lives up until we get to our target are going to go towards the book. It's quite expensive to actually publish a children's book with the illustrations and all the costs that are incurred with it. It's kind of crazy, actually. Yeah, so that's what it's for.
All right. Our next question here, we just received a lot of
yes, I see you writing.
donations.
You do a good job, I gotta say. It's a lot of work, I know.
All right. Our next question here is from Carmen, who asks, "Hi Rebecca, what month do you see me getting married with my partner? Is it this year?"
I'm hearing it's for next year, and it's really going to be when everybody can come and be a part of it, okay? So I'm hearing it's later next year. It feels just before summer, but not early. So it's like closer to the summer is what I'm hearing. Not the summer, but closer to it. Yeah.
All right. Our next question is from Deborah Lewick, who asks, "Is my baby that I miscarried doing good, and is he watching over me?"
Yeah, and you don't have to worry about the energy of this child. What I'm hearing is this child is actually going to come back to you in your life. So this is going to be a soul that returns to you and your family is what I'm hearing. So honey, yeah, absolutely doing fine. The body wasn't the right body. So I'm hearing that it was like the wrong gender. I'm supposed to come in with the opposite gender of what I was. So it's so happy and excited to come in that it didn't make sure first. Okay, so I do feel that child is coming back to you in one way or another. It may not be through you physically, but I'm seeing it coming to your family. Okay.
All right. Our next question is from one of our top gifters on the live, Angela, who asks,
Angela.
"Will AJ ever give us a chance to be together?"
Oh, it's so complicated is what I hear. So with AJ, he gets in his head about stuff. So much so that I don't leave room for things to work out, okay? So I don't see it working out. That's really how it feels. It's like I get so much in my head that I can't see past that, okay? Don't hang on to that energy is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing let it go so that you can leave room for the right person to come into your life, honey. Okay?
All right. Our next question here is from Trisha, who sent $5.
Thanks, Trisha.
Her question is, "Any messages from my nephew?"
Mm-hmm. Okay, so loud music I'm hearing right away. I don't know if he was like something, there's a lot of music and I'm hearing drumming and I'm hearing it's like heavy metal type sounding music. That's always their way of validating that it's them. I don't know whether he liked it or not, but you'll understand it more than I will. So I just say what I see. And I do get the sense that your nephew's around you quite a lot, but not always with you. So there are other people that I'm out and checking in on, but you talk about him a lot is what I'm hearing. And so he does pop in when you talk about him. He's fine, honey. You don't have to worry about him, okay? And he's definitely okay. The transition and everything feels kind of crazy, messy, but it's okay. I'm good. I'm in a good place.
All right. Our next question here is from Myra or Maria, I'm not sure how you say it, Perez, who sent $5.
Thanks, honey.
And I believe she's donated pretty
Yes,
much
she has.
every time.
Yeah.
And her question is, will I have a better future working in TV or film, or am I even on the right career path? Should I move?
Yeah, not moving yet, I'm hearing, but you're definitely going to be working in TV is what I'm hearing, honey. It's baby steps. It's not going to happen overnight, so please get yourself doing it small steps, okay? And that's what they're saying, but you're in the right way. You're doing it the right way. You're just expecting the results to be something that they're not going to be able to be until a little bit later is what I hear, okay? So just be patient and be consistent, honey, and don't give up. Don't give up on that dream. Okay?
All right. Our next question here.
So when you're making your donations, guys, because I'm seeing people saying I donated, make sure you're putting your question in with the donation. And if you're saying you donated, we need to know what the question is, because we're not going to be able to find you without that.
Yeah,
okay?
please don't spam, because then it blocks everything.
Yeah, then it just slows it right down, and we're trying to get through everybody really quickly. And if I miss you on the live, you can send your questions over to my Instagram and just give me your email so I can verify that you did donate during the live, okay?
All right.
Thanks, guys. It slows down right away as soon as I say it.
Thank you. Yeah. All right. Our next question here is from one of our top gifters, Erin, who asks, can you tell me what is going on in my stomach area?
Honey, I'm being told that you need to have like a scope or something put down there, so you need to get some medical attention is what I'm hearing, okay? Get them to take a look. It looks like there might be a tear or an ulcer or something going on down there, okay? It's fixable, so I don't want you to be freaked out or anything, but you do need to get some attention with it, okay? Yeah.
All right. Our next question here is from Lucy, who sent a $10 donation.
Oh, thank you, Lucy.
Their question is, how many babies will I have? When and gender? Thank you.
I'm hearing 3, and I do hear for you within the next 2 years you're having your first one, okay? And you're going to have a girl and 2 boys is what I hear.
All right. Our next question here is from Tiffany, who also sent a $10 donation.
Thank you, Tiffany.
And her question is, career outlook, please and thank you.
So things are changing. I'm hearing you're going back to education. So you're going into education. You're going to be learning. You're going to be, yeah, it sucks. The next 2 years, I'm hearing that you got to be adjusting and learning. So we're going back to school, honey. Sorry, I know you're like, no, but it is in alignment with what you're supposed to be doing. So don't fight against it, okay? And I'm hearing that it feels to me like, first of all, you're a helper, so which means you have to be helping humanity, you have to be working in that kind of field, and they're moving you more towards, like, I don't know, it's medicine of some sort, but it's not, you're not becoming a doctor, but you're working in the medical field somehow, okay? So that's what I'm seeing for you. You're going back to school. Sorry, honey. Oh, I like the fireworks. That was fun.
That was from Psychic Healer Stacy.
Oh, thank you, Stacy.
And there are some people asking, are you doing any free readings? If you want to just tell them about
So I normally do free readings, and I know you guys are used to that, but I'm trying to get my children's book out. So I'm asking for support through trade-offs and balancing out the energy. So I'm not going to be doing free readings for now, just because I am trying to get my children's book out, but a small donation is all that's asked, and you can pick whatever denomination you'd like. So you can donate here on the live, and you can donate through my Linktree on TikTok as well, okay?
All right. Our next question here is from Alexandria, Ali, who sent the donation earlier. And their question is, will I find an apartment soon, and will it be close by?
Yeah, I'm hearing that you will find it, honey. It feels to me like it's about 4 months before you actually find the perfect place that is for you. It's not ready for you is what I hear. So it might be that the person who's living there is not moving out until 4 months from now, but I do see you getting into that apartment. It does feel close by. It doesn't feel like you're going very far. Okay.
All right, and our next question here is from Stacy, who sent those lovely fireworks.
Oh,
She's
thank you,
our top
Stacy.
gifter at the moment.
Oh, thank you, honey.
And her question is, when will my son choose to get better, please?
It's a good way of putting it. I hear 4 years, so it's still a ways away, but you know, you're good with energy, so just keep sending that positive rose quartz color energy is what I hear to say. So if you need clarification on that, just look up what rose quartz is all about, but I feel like you already know. But that's what I'm hearing, is send him that, and it's about 4 years.
All right. Our next question here is from Morgan Dawkins, who sent the donation earlier.
Thank you, honey.
And their question is, will Levi reach out to me to fix things, and when?
Yeah, it does feel like you guys are going to have some kind of communication. I'm hearing it's about 2 months, so it's not right away, but within the next 2 months for you guys, okay? And keep an open heart. Try not to be too judgmental, I guess is the word that I want to use, but it doesn't feel that way. But try not to be too critical, okay? Be open-hearted and open-minded, and you guys can work things out is what I'm hearing, okay?
Yeah. All right. One second here.
That's all right.
Our next question here is from Jeep Inspection.
Okay.
Yeah. Who sent $10.
Thank you, honey.
And their question is, am I hearing voices or my husband talking to another woman?
I don't get that your husband's talking to another woman, no. Voices? No. That's not how it feels, so don't worry. I'm not concerned about you in that capacity, but I don't feel like your husband is talking to another woman. Maybe what it might be is that as you're dozing or whatnot, you're able to pick up on things, but it's nothing to be afraid of. Okay?
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Our next question here is from... maybe just want people to put their name in with their question.
Put your name in with your question just so that we're not reading your email. It's much easier for you to find it when you are listening as well. And I do upload afterwards to my YouTube. So if you ever want to go back, it's a lot easier to find your name than it is to find your email. So just put your name and your question in with your donation. Okay, guys? Thank you.
And there are some people still asking how to donate,
yeah,
and
so
people spamming donated, so...
Yeah, so don't spam that you've donated, because that doesn't do us any good. We can't find you that way. If you donated, please put your question, say I donated, and then put your question there and your name so we can look and see that you have donated. And to donate, you go up into my link tree and just click the donate button and pick whichever denomination you would like to donate to help get the little light, a soul's journey out into the world.
All right.
All right.
Our next question here is from M.4nash7, who sent $5, and their question is, will we move out of this house soon?
You will move out of the house, but I'm hearing it's 2023, so it's next year for you guys, okay? Everything in its due time. Don't rush it, because you want to be able to go into the right place afterwards, kind of thing, okay?
All right. Our next question here is from Lenice, who sent the donation earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And their question is, have I already met my soulmate? And if so, can you give me an idea on who they are?
I'm hearing not yet. I do feel like it's happening this year for you, and it feels like it's later in the fall. I feel like it is somebody in your sphere, though, so it might be somebody that you know through others, but you haven't necessarily met them. Okay, so they're part of like your friend group or people that you know, and you're going to be introduced in that capacity. So it's going to be somebody that you know introduces you to, and you'll know. Okay.
All right.
All right.
Our next question here is from Natalie, who asks, what am I supposed to do with my life?
So Natalie, okay, right away they're showing me music. I don't know exactly what they mean by it, but it has to do with music, okay? So you need to be expressing through music or helping with producing music, something to that effect, because they're showing me music right away. All right?
All right.
Yeah.
Our next question here is from Callie Sanders, who is also one of our top gifters on
Awesome.
the live.
Thank you so much, Callie.
And her, Callie. Her question is, what direction do you see my business going? Will I get the help that I need? Also, any love in my future in marriage again?
You will have love, but I'm hearing you're not getting married again for 7 years is what I heard right away. Your business is going to, it's kind of slow, or it's in a lull is what I'm hearing. About 1.5 years, you're going to see a huge explosion. So don't give up on it. Please keep putting the energy in there, and you will get the support that you need. But I don't want you to take support that comes with conditions, and I'm not sure what they mean by that, but you might know when it comes up, okay? So if there's conditions on the way that the support is happening, that's not the support that you're looking for, okay? But it's going to take off, so don't worry. It's going to get better, and things are going to get better financially for you as well.
All right.
All right.
Our next question here is from Susanna Davis, who sent $5.
Thank you, honey.
And their question is, any messages from my guides?
So you are really starting to open up. In the last 2 years, they say that there's been a lot of shifts within you, and you are ready. You're clairaudient, so because they're showing me your ears, which means you hear things, okay, honey? So I want you to learn about being clairaudient and how that works, and I want you to start keeping a notebook of things that come in inspirationally for you. You're going to start working with them a little bit more that way, okay? I also do have a playlist on how to communicate better with your guides, which I think you should take a look at. Just might help you a little bit, okay?
All right,
Yeah.
and we did receive a lot more donations.
Oh, I see the list got big. Yes, thank you so
Yeah.
much, you guys. It's really helpful.
So we did receive a donation from Sandra Nettlehorst, Janet Hamill, Kristen Faulkner, Christy Curtis, Jacqueline Villikin, Paige Justice, Andrea Werner, Ashley Pachorkowski, Lafayette Gilliam, who has donated pretty much every time.
Wow, thank you so much, honey.
Brianna Benjamin, who has also donated
Yes,
pretty much every time.
Thank you.
And we are still getting more.
All right, awesome.
So I will just get down that list.
Yes, that's right. We're going to get through, you guys, I
Yeah.
promise. And I will make sure to get to you if I miss you on the live, okay? And we're going to be on the live until, well, we were doing an hour and a half, and we started
like
at 1.
8:30.
So,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Whatever time that is.
I'm like, no, we're not going to be on that long. That's a long time. But yeah, hour and a half from 1 p.m. So
All
Eastern
right.
Standard Time, if you need to know what time that is. All right.
One moment here.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, my computer freezes because it
I
goes
know,
so
I know.
fast.
It's a lot of stuff, so that's okay though.
All right. Our next question here is from Sandra. Sandra? Yes. Sandra Nettlehorst, who asks, I've been told I am meant to be a leader, but not sure in what way. Thank you.
So anything that has to do with like supervisory would be really good for you, honey. I feel like in the sense that you're trying to go, that's not necessarily meant for you. You're very good at leading people or a small team of people, more like supervisory, managerial, that type of thing, okay? And that's where your leadership skills are really good. I do think that you could lead a larger team if you wanted to, but there's a lot of fear around it, okay? So I would focus myself on, supervisory, managerial, that type of leading, okay? You definitely do have it in you. You inspire people in a really big way.
All right. Our next question here is from Chantel Kristen, who sent $5.
Thank you, honey.
Their question is, hi, is Jace my soulmate, and will I be moving to California anytime soon?
So 2 years I heard for California. I do feel like you and Jace have a good vibrational match, but I'm not sure that that's going to stay that way. So that means that for now, this is who you're supposed to be with, but it doesn't feel like this is your forever, okay?
All right. Our next question here is from Cami Ray, who sent $5.
Thanks, honey.
And their question is, hi Rebecca, Cami here. Can you give me more information on my spiritual gifts, and do I do this as a career? And do you see love coming for me? Thank you for all you do.
Yes, honey. I do see you doing this as a career within the next 2 years for you, okay? So you have to just learn some things. You are very clairvoyant, which means you see things through your third eye, honey. So it's almost like daydreams. Sometimes you will see it physically, but most of the time you'll see it like a daydream, okay? That's your psychic sense. And you're also empathic, because they show me this, and that always means that you feel it, okay? So you got to get your head and your gut feeling to work together. That's number one, and that's going to be the easiest way for you to navigate. Just start doing it, honey, because you're holding yourself back. Get some cards, get a pendulum, whatever it is you feel comfortable using, and just start doing readings for people. This is definitely the path for you, and I don't want you to have that resistance that you do have, okay?
All right.
Yep.
Our next question here is from Kristen Faulkner, who sent $5.
Thanks, honey.
And her question is, will me and Keith adopt Carmen? If so, when?
I do see that happening, and I'm hearing it's happening this year for you guys. So I don't know if the paperwork is happening this year, and then you're getting Carmen like early next year. But I'm seeing the paperwork all signed, and everything is nice, neat bow is what they show me, which means it's successful. Okay.
All right. Our next question here is from Gabby Sampson, who asks, could you tell me how I'll meet my partner or any other information, please?
Yeah. So it feels to me with your partner, you're going to meet them. It's feeling like early next year, and I do feel like, you know, there's some communication happening through the computer. Normally I'm like, I don't know if I like this, but I get it. It's a good thing. So it might be that you guys are communicating online. That's kind of how it feels, okay? It's not always a bad thing. Lots of people have great relationships that start on an online type basis, but that's how I'm feeling it, okay? So there you go. Feels good.
All right. Our next question here is from Devin Herndon, who sent $5.
Thanks, honey.
And their question is, will Claire reach out to talk in person by the end of the year? If so, will we reconcile?
So I don't see you guys reconciling this year, but I do see that the door is slightly open, okay? So be patient, honey, and I'm hearing just don't be pushy. You have to give Claire time to come around, and I do feel like there is going to be communication happening again, and you guys are going to start kind of working things through. But I'm hearing for next year for you, where you guys will be able to like actually sit in the room together and have conversation and feel good about each other again, okay?
All right. Our next question here is from our top gifter on the live, Danielle, who asks, does David have feelings for me? If not, will I find love soon and marry again?
So David has feelings for you, but I'm hearing that there's somebody else coming in, and it feels to me like this person is coming into your life more towards September, October, okay? And they're going to take over that energy. It feels to me like David is a good way of kind of getting back into that, but isn't the one for you, okay?
All right. And I do see some people are spamming, if you just want to remember.
Yeah, for sure. So what are they spamming, honey? Just that they donated? Their question. Yeah, please don't spam, guys, because we're not going to answer you if you're spamming. Please, if you are doing a donation, put your question in with your donation. If you missed doing that, let us know that you donated. Give us your name, and then we can verify, but put your question in with, I donated, this is my name, and this is my question. Okay, guys?
But don't spam it.
But please don't spam it, yeah, because there's a lot of people to get through, and I want to make sure that this is very streamlined, okay?
And I see Lenice, who we did answer, missed her question because she got disconnected.
Oh, shoot. So don't worry, honey. What happens after I'm done the live is I will download the live and I will upload it to my YouTube channel, so you can always go back and listen to your question there, okay, honey? You won't miss it. All right?
All right. Mm-hmm. Our next question here is from Megan.yhealth.
Okay.
So, who sent $10.
Perfect. Thank you so much, honey.
And her question is, you're amazing.
Oh,
when will I
honey.
meet the guy I'm going to marry? Any details about him?
So I'm hearing December for you, and I hear that you're going to be married within 2 years, so it feels quick, okay? I don't want you to be afraid. This person is definitely very, how do I put it? They're like business-oriented, very leader-type personality, very social, outgoing, very charming. I see a nice smile with dimples is what I keep seeing, and brown hair, so very, very dapper looking individual is the best way to put it. So there you go. Was that enough details for you? Doesn't always come through that clear, but I was able to see it, no problem.
Someone asked, do you do private readings?
Yes, I do. You can book a session through my website, www.rebeccadragonheart.com. It is first come, first serve, and I'm currently booking now into September. Yeah.
All right. Our next question here is from Marie, who asks, are there any messages from either of my grandmother?
Probably. Yeah. So I don't feel both of them there. You have one that is very, how do I put it? She's stern, strong, stubborn kind of energy is what I'm getting. So this is the one I want you to see, is that's who's visiting you more. She's very overbearing, a little bit protective, very like, I'm not letting anything happen to you, which is great because you want that from the other side. I do hear that she leaves you coins and feathers, and she does also send birds to you, okay? So she's very old school in the way that she communicates with you. Something about the laundry, I don't know what the heck she means by that. Maybe you'll find something in the laundry that has something to do with something, but that's what she's telling me to say, so I'm going to say it. Yeah, so she's the one that comes around predominantly with you, okay, honey? And she's just very strong, very strong energy. Yeah, and you know, it's nice to be protected, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right.
All right. Our next question here is from Christy Haley Curtis, who asks, Christy, will I get the hour job I interviewed for? Or HR job, sorry.
HR job. Yeah, and you know what? I'm going to tell you this, Christy, and I just got a ring as I was hearing it. So you're doing this as a starting point, and you're actually going to transition to something better. You're still going to be in HR, but I see you only there for a short time, and then I see you transitioning to a new place. So you're not going to be staying where you're interviewing. Okay? So it's just the foot in the door.
All right. Our next question here is from Amanda61300.
Okay.
Who sent $5.
Thanks, honey.
And their question is, will I be successful with the new service I'm going to be adding to my career? And will I also be successful with my side hustle? Thanks in advance.
I love it. Yeah, honey, you are meant to have millions, basically. They're telling me you're meant to be very abundant, so it is going to work out for you. Keep your eyes and your ears open, because it's going to be many different things that you're going to be adding to what you're doing that is going to bring you the abundance. And I see you doing a lot of traveling, so you're going to be successful financially for sure.
All right. Our next question here is from Jacqueline Villicana, who sent $10.
Thanks, honey.
And their question is, anything for my spiritual career, and when will I be in a committed relationship?
So they're showing me doing Reiki or something to that effect on people. So you're working with the energy on people. I also do see that you're a reader, honey. So you might be doing Reiki, where you're doing readings as you're doing healing on the people. Okay, and that's kind of what I'm seeing for you. I do feel like that's more of what you're meant to do. What was the other part of her question? Sorry.
That's okay. And when will I be in a committed relationship?
Not until next year is what I hear. Okay, so timing is everything.
All right.
Thanks.
Our next
You're
question
welcome, honey.
here. Our next question here is from Paige Anderson, who has donated a lot of times.
Yes, she has.
That.
I do remember that too. Thank you, Paige.
Her question is, do you see me having gifts? Sometimes I think I see things, but convince myself I'm imagining things.
So easy for us to convince ourselves. You have always been very open, honey, and you know what I would say is you're also capable of seeing spirit and interacting with spirit. So in a way, a medium. So I'm going to tell you to really look into what it looks like. You're very clairvoyant, which means you're seeing things, and it's all done psychically for you as well. As a child, you probably were very afraid of the dark, that kind of thing, maybe even still, just because you know that you can sense things, okay? Work on that and open yourself up, because it is a wonderful gift to have, okay? And start trusting when you see things. You get these impressions. When I say clairvoyant to people, they don't exactly know what it means, but it's literally like you just get an idea comes in and it looks like a picture in your mind's eye, like when you're daydreaming, okay?
All right. And I do see some people are like asking, please confirm I'm on the list. So just let them know that we'll get through them.
Yeah, we'll get through them. And don't worry, guys. If I miss you on the live, you can always send your questions over to my Instagram account, okay? And I will answer you there, and I answer. And everybody who's been on for the last few days has always gotten their answers, so you don't have to worry about that, okay? You will guaranteed get your questions answered, because when you pay through the PayPal, it gives me your email and your information, okay?
All right, so our next question here is from Colette Meyer, who asks, what can I expect with my career? Will there be any more changes, and should I be concerned about anything?
Yeah, it feels like within the next 2 years, there's definitely, I don't know if it's downsizing or what's happening, but there's a shift in how things are being done, and it does look like you may be changing careers or changing locations, so you may not be working for the same company or same way, okay? So I do see something definitely changing for you there. It's not necessarily a bad thing is what I'm hearing, so it does open up doors and bring in actually more abundance for you, honey, so don't stress and worry about it. Right now, I feel like you're okay for the next 2 years, okay?
All right. Our next question here is from Lindsay Levins.
I love it.
Who asks, any messages from my Nana?
Yeah, so Lindsay, your Nana, a sweet lady. She feels very much a foodie, so I don't know what that exactly entails in your life, but she likes food. Food is important, and that's usually their way of just validating themselves, okay? She's a part of the family functions. She's there. She's always around is what I'm hearing, okay? And she's showing me a bike, so I don't know what that is. The bike is significant, so I'm just going to say it. She wants me to say it so that it validates for you, okay? Honey, just know that she does dream with you, and she gives you a lot of advice is what she says. So she's there to help you, and she gives you the advice that you need. So when you're sleeping and you're not sure about an answer, like you need answers, I want you to go to sleep saying, Nana, come, I need talk time, okay? Because that's literally what she's showing me is like she comes to you in your dreams, and then you guys talk, and you talk through things, and then you wake up usually feeling better about something and being able to move through it, okay? And so that's her way of just saying that's what I'm here for, and that's what I'm going to always be there for, okay? So she's there to listen and help and guide you. And advice is good. The advice is good. All right.
Our next question here is from Yassi. 1 second.
Okay.
Write her name down.
Yeah.
And she asks, have I met the one, my current boyfriend?
Yes. Yeah. It definitely is the right vibration for you, and you guys both have the same plans for your future. So it's the one. This is take things very seriously is what I hear, okay? But don't be pushy. Okay? Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Our next question here is from JP Gromero 05.
Okay.
Yeah. Who sent $10.
Oh, thank you, honey.
And their question is, any messages for me, please?
Yeah, honey. So things are about to really get a little heated. Now, it's not a bad thing because we gotta get rid of some of the things that aren't working for you. And it sounds to me like moving into 2023, we're letting go of a lot of things that no longer serve us in 2022 is what I'm hearing. Okay, so you're moving into a better year starting next year for you. Be open and receptive and start listening because they've been leaving you signs is what I'm hearing. Okay.
All right. Our next question here is from Andrea, who sent a $5 donation.
Thanks, honey.
And her question is, will I get pregnant with my third child soon, boy/girl?
I'm hearing it's going to happen in the spring for you, so it's happening early next year, and I do get a boy. I get a male child for you, okay, honey?
All right. Our next question here.
I know all the talking, it makes my tongue dry.
1 second.
Here, while you're doing, I'm going to just talk about my story because I haven't brought it up again. So I am looking for support because I am an indie author, which means I'm self-publishing my first children's book, and it's called The Little Light, A Soul's Journey, and it is about the soul and what it looks like on the other side as we come into incarnation, pick our lives, all that kind of stuff, and the aesthetics of what we look like on the other side and what the other side looks like as well. This book is a book that I channeled over 20 years ago, and it is a great book for people who want to help kids stay in touch with who they really are on a spiritual level. It's great for adults as well, as far as I'm concerned. So if that's a book that you'd be interested in, you can pre-order a copy. We are trying to sell 2,000 copies before June 30th. I might have to push that deadline back a little bit because we're only at about 53. But if that's something that you're interested in, you can go to the little light in my link tree and you can pre-order yourself a copy. All donations today are going towards the book. So I do appreciate that, and you can go into the link tree and do your donation through the link tree as well, okay? Make sure you put your name and your question in with your donation. That way we can get to you right away, okay?
All right. Our next question here is from Starlene Ania Nakogi, who sent $10.
Oh, thank you, honey.
And they ask, is my cousin Joshua Nakogi okay? Does he ever visit me?
Yeah, honey, he does visit you, especially when you're talking or thinking about him. I feel like he comes into your space. He's not there all the time. I feel like he's with another female is what I'm hearing. So and it's a family member is what I'm hearing. So he's there most of the time because she's heartbroken is what it sounds like, okay? But I do feel him come in, and he does make a lot of noise, and he tells me I make like staticky things. So I'll mess with her phone, I'll mess with the lights, I'll mess with the TV, that type of thing. That's how I let her know that I'm around. Okay?
All right. Sorry. Our next question here is from Candace, who sent $5, and
Thanks,
her question is, will my finances get better like before with my business?
Yeah, honey, I'm hearing for you about 6 months from now it's going to take the turn up, so it's going to start improving about 6 months from now. So please just hang in there and don't give up, okay? Really don't give up. You are well protected and supported that way. They're going to help you get back up on your feet. And you know what that energy feels like, so just remember that energy and don't think about the energy right now.
All right. Our next question here is from Raveen Dosanjh, who also donated the last time. I do remember that.
Thank you, honey.
They sent $5, and they ask, when will I meet my forever person and where?
Okay, so I'm hearing September, and it almost looks like, I don't know if it's a lounge. Yeah, I feel like it's a lounge or like not a bar, but it feels like it might be a lounge is what I'm seeing because it's darker with drinks involved. So, but it's not like a nightclub or anything. Like it feels very classy, that type of thing. Okay.
All right, and I do see some people donated multiple times.
Okay.
So,
So if you donated multiple times and I don't get to you on this live, just send your question over to my Instagram account. Okay, guys?
all right.
Yeah.
Our next question here. I'm just making sure that we didn't answer. Yes. All right. Our next question here is from Bree Benjamin, who has donated multiple times over the past couple lives.
Yes, she.
Her question is, hi, will Charles ever propose to me in this lifetime? Just wondering. And will we ever live together?
So I do feel like it will happen, but wow, it's like still ways away is what I'm hearing. So it's not for a while, honey. I'm hearing like 4 years still. I know, I'm sorry. But yes, you guys will come together. That man is very slow in the go.
All right. Oh, wow. We got a $20 donation here
thank you.
from JBoss1. So if that's you, thank you.
Thank you. Absolutely.
And they ask, one second, will the guy I like contact me in the future? If so, when? Or is there someone else? Or will there be a choice? If there is someone else, when is that guy coming? What can you tell me about him?
I'm hearing somebody else coming in, honey. And what I'm hearing for you is this is somebody that everybody approves of, which is kind of nice. And it feels to me like you're meeting them through one of your close family members, I think is what it is. It feels like they're very close, or they're a close friend that feels like family. Okay, so you're meeting them through them. I see that person coming in. I'm just gonna listen. So 6 months is what I heard. Okay, that's when you'll be ready. All right.
She said, very slow. All right.
Sorry.
Our next question here is from Melissa Forinash, who sent $5.
Okay.
And her question is, when will I find a job and what will I find?
Okay, so right away they're showing me you in an office space. It looks like you're doing some kind of like clerical, because I see you at the computer, you're doing something in the office is what I'm hearing. And I hear that's happening for you within the next 4 months, okay? So not too long away.
All right. Our next question here is from Stephanie, who
Oh my goodness.
Donated yesterday.
All the
and bought a
time,
book,
I
and is
know.
awesome.
She's awesome. Thank you so much, honey.
And her question is, hi, my husband Pablo wants to know if it's worth staying where he's working at, and will he accomplish his goals? Thank you so much for all you do.
Yeah, honey, I'm hearing 8 months that he's going to stay there, and then there's going to be a shift around what he's doing, and he's going to be a lot happier 8 months from now. So whatever it is that's coming in 8 months for you, for him and you guys, it's going to be a big shift. Okay? Thank you so much for all your support, by the way. It's been awesome.
All right. Our next question here is from Martina, who sent $5.
I think Martina was on last time, too.
Yes, I do believe so. And her question is, what does John think of me? Do you see us being friends or dating?
So I'm feeling with you and John, it's more platonic. There might be a little bit of, like, play, but I don't see you guys being serious with each other, okay? I see somebody else coming in, and I'm hearing that's coming in about 7 months, so not right now. Time to kind of like figure out what you want to do in that section of your relationship with them, okay?
All right. Our next question here is from Taikisha Scott, who's donated every single time as well.
Thank you, honey.
And Taikisha from Alabama asks, is Diego my boyfriend, my soulmate?
So I definitely feel like you guys have a lot to learn from each other. I don't know if this is your forever, but it's definitely long term, okay, honey? So it's worth the headache. The best way to put it. You guys have a lot to learn from each other, so it's definitely a good relationship for you for now, is what I'm hearing. I do feel like somebody else will come in, but that's like years down the line. Okay?
All right. We've got a lot of things to go through.
You do, right? Well, that's okay. We can do it.
So just give me one moment.
We got time. And I mean, if I'm not too tired after the hour and a half, we can keep going if I can.
All right. One moment.
It's all good.
All right. Our next question here.
Just saw somebody say their phone died. If we answered your question, do you see it there? Probably not.
Phone died.
Yeah. I only saw that if my phone died, that's all I saw.
Okay. If she said, I don't know if I missed my question in the last 4 minutes.
Okay. It's possible if you did. Do you know the name?
Chantel Lily.
Chantel Lily?
I believe.
I do remember doing a Chantel, but I don't know if it was.
It wasn't Chantel Lily. It was Chantel Kristen.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So we didn't do you yet, honey.
All right.
Okay. It's good. Either way, you can always find the live on my YouTube channel afterwards.
For sure.
You can go and look and listen for your answer, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that was our hour.
Okay.
Okay.
It's been an hour already, guys. You guys are troopers.
All right. Our next question here is from Imani Camila, who sent $5.
Thank you, Hen.
Her question is, any insight into my love life? Thank you.
Things are changing, which is good. So I do hear that within 4 months you're going to attract the right person for you, honey. So get ready for that. And don't be afraid, because there's a lot of fear around relationships, and why you've been attracting the wrong person for yourself is because of the fear, okay? No more need for that. You have everything you need and you're moving in the right direction. So just know that the universe is going to support you in that, okay?
All right.
Yeah.
Our next question here is from Janessa Paulino, who asks, will my ex-fiance Kevin still come back to me and our 2 daughters soon? When? Will the apartment contact me soon?
Mm-hmm. So it does feel like you guys are going to have a reconciliation for sure. I'm hearing around Christmas time, so around December. And I do hear that you will get the apartment, so don't stress.
All right.
All right.
Our next question here is from Melody, who sent $5. And her question is, will I be in a committed relationship this year?
7 months, so that's next year, I guess. That's close enough, right?
All right.
Sorry, that's what it is.
Our next question here is from Lafayette, who's donated pretty much every time as
Yes,
well.
I remember.
Their question is, when will I move into a house or own my own place soon? Thank you.
So I'm hearing for you, it's 2023, honey. Okay, so it's not that far away. You have to get everything in order so that you can make it all work. Okay, so start working towards that goal.
All right. 1 second here.
You're welcome, honey.
All right, our next question here is from Rachel, who sent a $10 donation.
Oh, thank you, honey.
She asks, what do you see for my relationship? I've been with the same person for over 25 years.
So you guys, you know, you've been through so much. That's number one. And I do feel like it's been kind of a roller coaster. So it's like there's been times when you've been really close and times when there's been need for distance. I do see this still long term, so I'm not seeing it ending or going anywhere. But you've changed a lot, and you're not as, how do I put this? You're not as needy of the relationship, which kind of makes it better because it's there and it's something you're comfortable with, but it's not necessarily something you need to identify for yourself. So I do see this still being a relationship that you're in, honey, so it's not changing anytime soon, okay?
All right. Our next question here is from Kristen Curry, who is also our top gifter on the live,
thank you, honey.
sent a $5 donation
Oh,
here.
wow. Thank you so much.
And she asks, thank you. Will I have another child?
Yes. Yeah. And I hear that you're going to get pregnant early next year, so it's going to be in the next year for you. So it's not that far away.
All right, and there are some people who are new asking how to send a donation.
Definitely. So if you just go up into my link tree and hit the donate button and then pick the denomination that you want. And the donation helps to go towards publishing my first children's book. It's called The Little Light, A Soul's Journey. And it is exactly what it sounds like. It's the journey of the soul from the other side and what it looks like as we pick our lives and what our bodies look like and what the other side looks like and then what it's like coming into this incarnation. So it's a great book for kids. It's also a great book, I think, for adults because I channeled it and a lot of the visual stuff is what the other side looks like. So if you want to know what that looks like, this is a great book to pre-order. You can do that through my link tree as well under the little light. All right.
All right.
You're welcome, honey.
All right, our next question here is from M. Severin 2013, who sent $5.
Thank you.
Their question is, will Sean commit to me / is he my forever? And should I accept the new job offer?
So I'm not getting that Sean is your forever, honey. And I do feel like if there's a relationship, it's not fully committed the way that you want it to be, okay? And the other part was job offer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should I accept the new job offer?
Yes. Yeah.
All
Definitely.
Right. Our next question here is from Allison Marie, who sent $5.
Thanks, Allison.
And she asks, how does Dylan feel about me?
Okay, so building feelings. So thank you for the kiss. starting to really open up to the concept or the idea of being together in a relationship. Okay, so don't worry, that is starting to grow inside of Dylan. All right, give it time, be patient, and just give him the time to get there. Okay.
All right. Our next question here is from Tara's Organics, who sent $5.
Thank you.
Their question is, will I be staying in my current home or moving? And when? Owner of house passed.
So I do feel that you are going to move, but it doesn't feel like it's happening like immediately. So I do feel like there's some time. I'm going to say 6 months max though. Okay.
All right. She goes, thank you! With a bunch of smiley faces.
I see that. Thank you. You're welcome, honey.
And someone asked, should I wait till next time? Questions are too full now?
No, it's okay. If I don't get your question on the live, you can always send me over your question on the on my Instagram account, okay? I do only take the donations during the live. Normally, my one-time questions are like $30, so it's better if you do it here and then send it to me on my Instagram than to wait until the next time.
All right.
And I always get to everybody.
Yeah.
So I won't leave it. Sometimes it does take me a day or so because there are a lot, but I will get to you every time, I promise you, okay?
And if you're unsure if you're on the list, as we're answering questions, we're going through the list. So there's no way to tell you yet. If you haven't said your name yet, then yeah. The person sending likes is Aliyah, who donated as well.
Oh, thank you, honey.
Leah likes cookies. I remember that from the last live.
I like cookies too. I know I remember that from the last live too. I was like, me too.
All right. Our next question here is from Lisa Post, who sent $5. And she asks, any message from my mama? I miss her terribly.
Yeah, honey. And you know, she's very hands-on. So what I'm seeing is like she does a lot of holding you and a lot of comforting you, a lot of cuddling you. So that's something that I find very interesting. She is very touchy-feely, okay? And that's just her way of validating that it's her personality coming through. There is music that I'm hearing. It's a song that in particular that you hear that makes you think of her. And she claims that she gets that song to play so that you do think of her, okay? So she is around you quite often, but there is somebody else that she's visiting. So I do see her traveling in between, but she spends most of her time with you. You talk about her a lot, so it does pull her, okay? She's with you, honey. You don't have to worry about that. Definitely. She's very touchy-feely with you. Yeah.
All right. And I do see some people are spending that they donated. So
if you've donated, please say you've donated. Give us your name so we can verify, and then what your question is as well, okay? Don't just say donated because it does us no good. We can't read your question if we don't know.
Please don't spam.
Don't spam us. Yeah. Don't spam. And don't worry, everybody will get their answers. I promise you, okay? I'm definitely not going to leave you hanging. I promise.
And I see Leah likes cookies asked, wait, did my question get answered? No, not yet.
No. Did she do it on the email?
I do believe so.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we're getting through it, honey, I promise. But thank you so much for the support. Honestly, it's very much appreciated, you guys.
All right. Our next question here is from Karina Rubio, who asks, will I conceive soon and will our financial struggle get better?
So I'm hearing you're going to conceive in 4 months, and yeah, things are definitely going to improve, but it's not until about 2023 for you guys, okay?
All right, our next question here is from Jessica Fernandez. Yes.
Who also has been on the live before.
I do believe so as well, yeah.
I recognize the name.
And she asked, do I have any gifts/abilities? Thank you so much.
First and foremost, you're an empath, so that's a really powerful gift, honey. I want you to really learn what it means to be an empath and how to work with that gift. I do feel with you, you're very sensitive to other people's wants, needs, and desires, which means that they kind of walk all over you. So you do want to learn how to have boundaries. That's the number one. And you are also clairvoyant, which means you see things as well. Okay?
All right. Our next question here is from Yashvina, who sent $5. And their question is, does Wazir consider me as a friend only, please?
No, I get a sense that there is definitely feelings there, okay? Just very polite, I guess, and very old-fashioned is how the energy feels, okay? So just be patient, honey, and you guys will move in the right direction. I'm hearing by the summertime. All right.
One second here.
That list is pretty big.
Yeah. Our next question here is from Casey Ridnor, who sent $10.
Wow, thank you, Casey.
And they ask, is my marriage going to survive?
Yes, but you guys have to stop picking on each other and stop poking the bear, okay? And that's the first thing I hear. Open communication is super important, but don't do it in a hurtful way, honey, okay? So get the communication working the way that it needs to work so that you guys can get through this point in your life. And I do see it happening if you guys can get the communication the way you need it, okay?
All right. Our next question here is from Corey Sanders, who asks, I would like to know, will I meet my forever partner? Will I ever get married? When? Also, will I be financially stable and secure being alone?
So you're not going to be alone forever, honey. I'm hearing 2023 is when you're going to meet your partner, and I do see security for you, okay, honey? So don't worry. That is going to happen.
All right. Our next question here is from Maha, who sent $5. It's a fun name. And they say, hello, when will me and Kevin be moving in together? Will we be moving to Atlanta? Thank you.
I'm not hearing Atlanta happening anytime soon, maybe in a couple of years, but it's not happening yet. And I do feel like 2023 is when you guys will actually move in together, okay?
Their name actually might be Maya?
Maya?
Maya or Maha? I'm not sure.
Is it M-I-H-A?
M-A-H-A.
Yeah, that's...
M-A-H-A.
M-A-H-A.
Maha.
Maha?
I'm not sure.
Might be Maya. It just might be a fun way to spell it, right?
Yeah, that's them.
There's your answer.
All right. Our next question here is from Latesha, who sent $5. And their question is, will I get pregnant by July? Baby and pregnancy be healthy? Also, will I get a good job soon? And will my husband and I become financially healthy?
So I'm hearing for you, it's September is the pregnancy, honey, okay? And I do see you guys being secure, so you don't have to worry about that. It's definitely going to be a healthy pregnancy. I'm not concerned, okay? Get yourself ready, though. Get your body ready. Make sure that you're doing all of the right things, okay?
All right. Our next question here is from Jessica Redgrave, who sent $5.
Thanks,
and her
honey.
question is, would love to know if my grandparents are with me, have any messages, and if they think I'm studying the right degree. And if I am in general studying the right degree. Thank you.
Yes, honey, you're definitely in the right field for yourself. It's funny because they both do come through, but I get your grandfather more so than your grandmother, and he is super proud of you, honey, okay? And that's number one. I just want you to know. He's showing me a porch. I don't know if it's like a swing or like a bench type swing on a porch. That's just their way of validating, and he's watching over you, making sure that things are going well. You're doing everything right is what he says. So absolutely. Thank you, honey. I think that's the second time she's done that.
Yeah, it's Lucy again.
So it's definitely the right path for you, and they're very proud of you, honey. So proud of you. All right.
Our next question here is from Deza Luna, who sent $5, and their question is, any messages from my mom and dad?
So your mom, very sweet disposition. Your dad's kind of quiet, stands back, but your mom has this like sweetness about her. When she comes through, it's like just, I don't know, cherry pie. Like, she's just sweet. Very sweet and very, very, very much in your space. Your dad watches you kind of from the doorways, what I'm hearing. So whenever you get that sensation that somebody's standing there, I just want you to know that's him. Okay? Your mom does a lot of dream time with you, which means that she comes into your dreams and she communicates that way. So I want you to really keep track of what it is you're dreaming about and what you do remember. Best thing to do is keep a book, a notepad or something beside your bed and write down your dreams when you have them with her, okay? Because she does tell me that she does communicate a lot through your dreams with you, okay, honey? They're both really a big part of your experience, but your mom is much more hands-on and your dad's much more in the background. So he's just watching. He's not really interfering or interjecting anything. All right.
Our next question here is from Blanca Texan, who asks, what is blocking me to speak up and be heard? What can I do for the truth that I tell to be heard?
So fear is a big part of it. What I do here, honey, is, crystals will help a lot with you. You need some sodalite. Do you have a piece of sodalite here?
Yes. Over there, yeah.
I'm going to show you what it looks like. Sorry, my chair is very loud. This will help a lot, okay, because it helps with you speaking your truth, okay? You can find that at any crystal shop. Don't order it online because you want to be able to see it before you buy it, so go to a crystal shop and buy it. And what I'm hearing is learning slowly how to put in your boundaries is going to help, okay?
All right. Our next question here, someone asked, where do I buy the book?
Yes, so you just go into my link tree under the little light, and you can pre-order whichever copy you'd like. For anybody who orders early or helps support early, you get the special edition. So we're only going to be printing 2,000 copies of the special edition, and it's going to be gold leafed on the front and then gold leafed on the paper as well. So they're very special, very pretty, and they'll be signed.
All right, our next question here is from Terry Powell, who sent $5.
Thanks,
and
Terry.
They donated last time I did
Oh,
as
perfect.
well.
Thank you, honey.
Their question is, you said I will meet someone named Antoine. Will I meet him this year? If so, what season?
So I'm hearing it's going to be in the spring, so it's next year for you, okay, honey? Yeah.
All right.
It's not that far away. It goes by quick.
All right, our next question here is from Monica Maria, who asks, when will I conceive? Thank you.
So Monica, I heard 4 months for you, okay? So it takes a little bit of time for some reason with you, and it's not that far away, really. Okay?
All right, our next question here is from Yes Diaz one, who has also donated a lot.
A few times? Perfect.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
Their question is, I'm currently heartbroken from a connection. Mm-hmm. When will I meet my forever person, and where will I meet him?
Mm-hmm. So 7 months is what I'm hearing, and it feels to me like you're meeting them through others. So it's through people that you know. It feels like a blind date type of scenario. So if you have friends, tell them you are ready to go on a blind date, but I'm hearing 7 months for you. Okay, honey? You really have to recover and clear out that old energy, but you're going to do it just fine. Okay?
All right. I did find Leah likes cookies in
Finally,
question.
I can feel her pulling.
All right. So for Aaliyah likes cookies. Mm-hmm. Their question is, does Chase love me? Someone said we're going to break up next year. Is that true? I don't feel like it. Also,
No.
Is he my twin flame?
I don't get that. Not your twin flame. I get more of a soulmate energy. I definitely don't feel like you guys are going to break up. It feels very much like this is a good relationship and a strong relationship. Don't be afraid and don't push it away. Okay? It's really important. Give Chase the time that he needs to open up. Okay, so just don't be pushy. If you push too much, you might push him away. So if you can just allow the relationship to unfold naturally, it's going to be fine. Okay.
All right. Our next question here is from, they didn't attach a name, so keep an ear out for your email. VKKDS8@gmail.com.
Okay.
They sent $10 and they asked, do you see me moving to Colorado anytime soon? If so,
I'm hearing 8 months, but yes, you will be moving to Colorado. But it's 8 months from now, okay? So everything has to line up the way that it needs to line up before that can happen for you, okay, honey?
All right.
All right.
That was the end of our list there.
Yay.
Also, we have about 13 minutes.
Perfect. All right. So you guys have 13 minutes to put in questions if you have them.
All right.
Yeah.
Wow, our list is very long here.
Definitely. So we got everybody on this one?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, perfect.
If you would just want to go over how to donate.
Yeah,
how to support,
absolutely.
all
So
that stuff.
I'm an indie author, which means that I'm self-publishing. So all donations are going towards getting my children's book out. It's book one of a series of books that are all books for special kids to help them stay connected and stay psychic and stay open. And it's great for parents as well if you want to know how to help your kid to stay open, okay? This one, The Little Light of Soul's Journey, is literally about the soul and what it looks like on the other side and what we look like on the other side and how it looks when we were picking our life and our experiences and coming into this incarnation. So it's beautifully illustrated and just an easy way for us to remember where we come from and what we're here to do, okay? Or what we're here for, right? If you're interested in pre-ordering, you can do so through my website, www.rebeccadragonheart.com, or you can just go directly through my link tree and just click the little light and you can just pre-order your copy there. We're aiming towards 2,000 copies by the end of June, and at the beginning of this live we were at 53 copies, so we're not quite there yet, so I might have to push that back a little bit.
Pre-ordered as well.
Yes, somebody did pre-order. I'm not
Just
sure.
now.
Oh, just now.
Yeah.
Perfect. Beautiful.
Annie Susie.
thanks, Annie. And I really appreciate all the support that I can get. And all of the funds being raised during these lives are going towards getting this book out, because it is actually quite expensive, believe it or not, with paying the illustrators and printing costs and all of that stuff. Is actually crazy how much it costs. So all support is welcomed, and you can support by donating through my link tree. And as a way to give back, I'm giving you questions. So I will answer a question for you. So put your donation up in the link tree with your name and your question, and then we can answer it right away.
And please don't spam if you've donated.
Yeah, don't spam.
We're not done yet, so don't panic.
So, and even if we get finished, because we are done soon, if anybody is left over and I haven't gotten to you, I'm still going to answer your questions after the live. You can send your questions over to my Instagram page, and I will answer you there, no problem, okay?
All right. Our next question here is from Duska Howell, who's donated every live.
Yes, I do remember.
Her question is my marriage over?
No, I heard no right away, honey. So keep an open mind, keep an open heart, and try to work through things, okay?
All right. Yeah. Our next question here is from Annaline. Yes?
Okay.
Yeah. Or Annaline, maybe?
Annaline.
Who says, "Hi, Rebecca. Will life get any better for me? Is there anyone watching over me?"
Yeah, actually, you have quite a lot of family on the other side that are with you and taking care of you and definitely watching over you. I feel like for you, this year is really a hermit year, which means that you're meant to kind of go inside, cut off the rest of the world, and just really take care of you. Coming into 2023, I see a lot of changes, and I see a lot of boundaries being put into place, which is really important, honey, okay? To really focus on you this year, and things will improve, and they're definitely much, much better in 2023 for you, okay?
All right. Our next question here
If you don't have Instagram, you can send it to my email.
As well, yeah.
I'm just reading, it says I don't have Instagram. You can email me at rebeccadragonheart44@gmail.com if you don't have Instagram. Just make sure that you put your PayPal email in there so I can verify that you've donated, okay?
All right. Our next question here is from Jamie Jo Safine, who sent $5. And her question is, will I ever have a baby on my own?
2 years, I hear. But yes, you will. Okay?
All right. Our next question here is from I don't see a name, so Ada Danielle Karoma, who sent $10.
Okay.
Their question is, when will I get pregnant, and when will my husband get approved?
So I'm hearing 7 months for the pregnancy. So everything has to happen in the right alignment, and I'm hearing not until next year for your husband for some reason, okay?
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Our next question here is from Allison Marie, who sent $5, and their question is, hi, does Dylan miss me? Also, will Dylan reach out to me to reconcile? If so, when?
So I do feel that there is, yes, Dylan does miss you, but I don't feel a reconciliation happening for you guys, okay? So I do see somebody else coming into your life within the next 2 months that's going to take away that energy for Dylan, sorry to say. So you guys won't be reconciling is what I'm hearing, okay?
All right. Our next question here is from Tracy, who asks, will my new business be successful?
Yeah, Tracy, and I'm hearing that you need to make sure that you're getting it out, you're sharing it on all social media platforms so that you can really have the exposure that you need, and you're being encouraged by your guides to do some advertising, so whether it's Google advertise or Facebook advertise or whatever, but do a little bit of advertising, okay?
All right.
All right.
Our next question here is
Thanks,
from...
Lucy.
Yeah, wow, still donating.
Still donating.
So
You're so lovely. All right.
All right. Our next question here is from Jade, who sent $10. And their question is, should I leave my husband of 19 years? Has he really committed to changing and committing to our relationship?
I don't hear yes, I hear no. So you should definitely stay. I feel like there's definite change on his part, and I'm really trying is what I'm hearing. So please stick it out, give him a chance, and I feel like you guys really can work this out, okay? All right.
All right. Sorry, I just see multiple donations, so I'm putting a little star by their name.
That's fine.
Our next question here is from Don Fernandez, who sent $5.
Thanks,
their question is, will my daughter's father be out of our lives soon?
Yeah, it feels like somebody is helping you to do that, so they definitely will be, and it feels like it's the right decision in this part. Okay.
All right, our next question here is from Christy Lin Lang, who says, "Hey Rebecca, Christy here. Will me and Billy Mack get engaged or married anytime soon? Thank you."
So I do hear that there is an engagement. It sounds like it's happening next year for you guys, and then marriage fairly shortly after. So it's not like you're not waiting like 2 years to get married. Basically, it feels like it's happening pretty much right away.
All right.
Keep me posted.
Our next question here is from Baby Girl Gem, who sent $10.
Oh, thanks, honey.
Their question is, any messages for me?
Yeah, honey. So for you, it's really important that you start learning how to put in your boundaries and how to step into your power, because you have a lot that's coming up that's going to be like a lot of changes that are happening in 2023. It's not so much now, but coming up in 2023, where you're having it's fast is what I'm hearing. So we have to put in our boundaries, and we have to not let people distract us from what we're here to do and what we're meant to do. Okay. And that's the message that I'm hearing from the other side for you. So don't let people tell you what to do with yourself, and do not let them distract you. Super important. All right.
All right. Our next question here is from Deanna, who asks, "Is Chris?"
You get to experience it for a bit. I'm hearing your forever person is coming in about 7 years. So that's, you got a ways away. All right.
All right. Our next question here is from, one second. Oh, I think we went through our list.
Okay.
Yes. So 1 second while I just refresh.
Refresh. Yeah.
All right. Our next question is from Michaela Dundon.
Okay.
We didn't answer that yet, did we?
I don't know. What is the question?
Michaela Dundon. Let me just check really quick. Dundon.
No.
All right. Who said $5, and she asks, "What should I do to strengthen my gifts? Will I be able to have a career using my abilities?"
Are you sure we didn't answer that already?
Might have.
I think we did.
All right.
Yeah.
Let me refresh my list again. All right, here. Oh yes, I see.
It's all good. I know it's not easy to navigate, and Gmail's not the best. They're kind of messy. Let's see. I can't see. It said, "Will you?"
All right. Well, if you have donated now, please put your questions in, and if you feel like you're skipped, put your questions in. All right.
Yeah. We're going to be on for another 3 minutes. So if I don't get to you during the live, please send your questions to my Instagram. If you don't have an Instagram, go ahead and email it to me at rebeccadragonheart44@gmail.com. Please, though, give me your PayPal so I know who you are and I can verify that you did actually donate, okay?
All right, our next question here is from Alondra, who's sending all those lovely gifts at the moment.
Thanks, honey.
And their question is, "Hi, I was wondering, when will Alexi move out, or what does she feel for Jose?"
So I'm hearing 7 months is when there's going to be a move out. Okay, so it's not happening until then. Okay.
All right. Our next question here is from one of our top gifters, April McCoy, who asks, "When will I finish writing and publishing my book?" And she also donated.
That's awesome, and I'm hearing that you're going to have it ready to go September of 2023 is what I'm hearing. Okay, so ready to be published at that point. That's awesome.
All right. Our next question here is from Charlotte, who donated on PayPal.
No, thank you.
And they ask, "When will I get my settlement and how much?"
So I'm seeing that it's actually fairly large. So I'm seeing it being a large settlement, and I hear that it's coming in early next year for you. So whatever you're doing now, push. Okay, don't let them take their time. Basically, is what I'm hearing. Okay.
All right. Our next question here is from Helen, who sent a $20 donation.
Oh, wow,
I do remember seeing that.
Thank you.
And their question is, "Will I be okay? I had a heart attack and 99% block got stent."
Yeah, a stint is like a drain, right?
Yeah.
I do see you healing, honey. I want you to just always make sure you're keeping on top of it through your doctor, of course. But I do see you healing, honey, and I do want you to put a piece of amethyst beside the bed. Amethyst promotes physical healing. When we have heart issues, it's heartbreak. So I want you to go into a meditative state, and I really want you to look at what is it that is causing that for you. Okay, listen to heart chakra meditations that will help boost that and heal that faster for you. Okay.
All right. Our next question here is from Courtney, who donated, and she asks, does Gary want to come back to me? Is he struggling with the decision?
So I do feel like there's going to be the opportunity for that to happen, but somebody else is going to swoop in before that does happen. Okay, so I do feel like with Gary, he's in and out. So I'm for it, and then I'm not for it, and there's like I'm chicken about it, basically, is the energy that I get. So that being said, I do feel somebody else coming into your life that is going to be a better match for you, that's actually fully 100% committed to you, and I do see that person coming in within about 6 months for you. Okay.
All right.
This is our last one.
Okay, for sure.
Because it's 8:30 now.
Oh, yeah. My timer's about to go off.
It's going to go off. So if you do want to pre-order a copy of The Little Light, A Soul's Journey, just go into my link tree and click the button for The Little Light, or head to my website, www.rebeccadragonheart.com. If you still haven't been answered and you donated, please send over your questions to my Instagram. I will go through all of them, or my email if you don't have Instagram. But if you do have Instagram, please use the Instagram, because it'll be faster for me to get to you than it will be through email, because I get hundreds of emails a day. Okay. Last question.
All right. Our last question here is from Amanda, Remy513, who asks, am I doing the right thing by keeping my kids home? Also, should I get into healing for a job?
Yeah, you will get into the healing. I'm hearing the healing will happen in about 2 years for you, that you're going to be doing it for a job. And yes, I feel like this is the right decision for you and your family for sure, honey. So please don't feel guilty or bad about it. Okay, so you guys, I will be back on again in a few days, so don't worry. I'm going to be doing these lives more regularly, because we are trying to get to 2,000 copies sold. So, I'm thinking I'm probably going to have to push it until July, but if you do want to support and help me get this book out to the masses, I would love it and be ever grateful. So just go check it out on my website, www.rebeccadragonheart.com, and send your questions over if we missed you. Okay, I love you guys. See you next time. Okay.